It's the fat shift.
In the university, you are mandated to take a semester or two the year before graduation for on site work experience. It's called IT, industrial training. So you send out requests to several organizations, you get picked. Then the way it works is that within the organization, if it's one that has several departments, you are rotated around. So you get full experience of the organization's workings. And after graduating from the university, you are required to serve your country for a year, which is done similarly like IT. Basically, expend your talent in the service of an organization, which is how you serve your country. Now, I remember when I was an IT student myself, things we only learned in theory were right in front of me. I worked in the nursery to raise seedlings, worked in the cocoa farm, worked in the lab, in the laboratory, in the pathology section, and in the processing units. Also, first time experiencing an 8 to 4. Hated it. And then the various staff I encountered, interacted with, learned from, every bit of it was fresh. And it was for a short period of time, maybe even less than 3 months. So it felt even more exotic and thrilling. Even the smallest things stayed with me because this was all happening to me for the first time. Then, as a copper, which is what you're called when you're serving your country for that 1 year, I was posted to an entirely new city, a different language, a different culture. And the organization where I served, I loved it. Not everyone does. I was the main character in all of these experiences. Now I work in an organization where IT students and core members come in on rotation. So we get about 4 to 6 students, IT students, every week or two. They'll be in my department working with us, learning, observing. I'm terrible with names, so 1 week is not enough for me to learn their names before they end up having to leave. And then the next set comes in, and then the next set, and then the next set. Recently, when one group was leaving, they came to say goodbye. Typical. Thanking everyone and appreciating the experience and all of that. And then this group, they said something like, "Thank you so much. We are not going to forget you." I just looked at them and said, "You're going to forget me, and that's not a problem." I wasn't trying to be dismissive or anything. Forgetting is time simply doing its thing. It's just that at that moment, I realized an uncomfortable truth. I had already forgotten them. As soon as they left, the next group came in. Same look, same expressions. And when I say same look, I mean they're dressed the same, which is normal. When you walk in the field, you want to make sure you're wearing your boots and your coats. For us, for every batch that comes in, for every set of students that come in, we have to show them the same things, teach them the same things, answer the same questions. After a while, it stopped feeling like I'm meeting completely new people. Rather, it feels like I'm seeing different versions of the same people and different versions of the same situation play out every single time. So they looked less like individual stories and more like a pattern. And this is one of those things about life we don't really talk about. The fact that the same experience that two people go through together might mean different things to each of them. Sometimes we're the ones passing through, holding on to those memories, thinking back to that moment fondly. And sometimes we are the ones who stay, and the moment doesn't even become a memory. It's simply a time like any other. Sometimes we become an important person to someone in a way that doesn't feel important to us. And sometimes the person who feels important to us does not remember us fondly, if at all, in the way we do. This is because we meet each other at different points in our lives. When you are the cusp of something new, and I am simply going through the motions of my everyday life. When you are excited and curious while I am in the quiet of what I already know. An interaction that takes place or something that we experience together ends up having different weights in our hearts. What barely touches me might stay with you. Even so, I want to meet every moment with sincerity because even though I may forget, you might remember. And at least I would want to be remembered as something good. And these positions that life puts us in is scattered everywhere in our lifetime. Doctors and patients. When you have to see a doctor, sometimes it happens in a moment you would never forget. But to a doctor, you are one of the hundreds of patients they've seen with the same illness they've seen hundreds of times, which is sad. But a doctor is one of those people you would hope that they would treat you as a person, not a pattern they've grown used to. Also, teachers and students. But you know what's funny? This situation we've described is usually true for lecturers in the university, but it's not the same as teachers that teach you in your kindergarten and primary school. For some reason, they recognize you. So weird. I've seen this play out so many times where you just meet your primary school teachers and they're the one who call you by name. They still remember. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our videos in the catalog. You might just find something that speaks to you. Until next time, my name is Mariam Fad.